Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up GitHub Copilot the right way for the .NET, Azure, Angular and React. And because you guys are awesome, I'm sharing all the config file and instruction file templates so you can set it up in your projects after this video. And don't worry, if you are completely new to configure the instruction file and skill file, I will completely walk you through step by steps along with cloud models so you can use it in your existing applications or brand new applications. So here is the 8 step that we are going to execute together. So GitHub Copilot along with cloud model will help us to generate the code for all the tech stack.
First, open your setting file in VS Code. Press Ctrl and Shift and P together on Windows machine. And then type Open User Setting. Now press Enter. A file open, and this is where we tell VS Code how to behave. Now paste the entire setting here. And this is how we share the common setting for all developers. Don't worry about the bottom 6 setting yet. I'll explain each one in step 5 and 6. Just paste them now so they are ready. 3 things to notice on this block. The first one is format on save. This automatically tidies up any Copilot generated code the moment you save the file. Without it, you have to format manually every time. Here we are using default formatter as prettier. You can download these extensions from the VS Code. The next one is import preference. This makes Copilot write a clean import like @core services or order rather than messy version with dot and slash. Much easier to reload. And the last one is the welcome message set to neighbor. This keeps the Copilot greeting every time you open a chart. Small thing, but you will thank yourself later. Now let's jump to the next setting, which is .NET Core and Azure, and we will tell Copilot which files to watch. Copilot does not automatically help in every file types. You have to tell which one matters to you. Think of it like Copilot is new team members and you have to tell them these are the files we care about. Ignore everything else. For .NET and Azure developers, paste this entire block. 3 new settings most developers are missing is bicep, Docker file and HTTP files. The bicep one. If you're building things on Azure, you write a bicep file to set up your infrastructures. Without this turn on, GitHub Copilot give you nothing in those files. With it, you can try to say create Azure App Services bicep file and Copilot write the whole things for you. The another one is HTTP files. There is a VS Code extension called REST client. It tells you test your API using .http file, like built-in Postman. With this turned on, Copilot read your controllers and write the test file for you automatically. And the last one is Docker file. If you put your .NET app in Docker container for Azure, Copilot writes the Docker file for you. Without this, it's give you nothing. Alright, now let's configure the Angular project. Most of this setup is straightforward. But there is one setting many Angular developers miss, and that is CSS. A lot of Angular projects use SCSS for the component, but regular CSS for global style. Especially Angular materials override theme customizations and style.css update. Without CSS enabled here, Copilot give you nothing inside global style files, and that's get annoying very quickly. So this is how you configure the settings for Angular development. The other important setting is HTML files, and this matter for Angular templates because Copilot actually understands Angular template syntax very well. Things like binding, event handlers, @ for and standalone components templates, but only if HTML support is enabled. And the nice part is the shared setting from step 1 is already handled. Formatting, imports, and the TypeScript defaults. So Angular setup is actually pretty simple after that. Alright, now let's move to React, and this next setting breaks more React setup than most developers realize. Alright React developer, this is the setting you absolutely do not want to miss. And honestly, this breaks a huge number of React setups. Here is the important part. TS file use TypeScript, but TSX file component use TypeScript React. Completely different identifiers, and if this setting is missed, Copilot give you nothing inside your React component. No bad suggestions, no slow suggestion, literally zero suggestion. Check your config right now and make the necessary changes. Next, JavaScript config setup. A lot of React projects still use JavaScript config file. Things like whiteconfig.js, tailwindconfig.js, or just config.js. Without JavaScript enabled, Copilot cannot help you inside all those files, which means no white setup help, no tailwind customization help, and no test config suggestion. So that's why we have to keep this setting for React development. Alright, now that the stack configuration is done for .NET, Angular, React and Azure, let's move to the setting that actually change how Copilot behave. And this is where the things start getting interesting. Without this setting, Copilot chat only see the file you currently have open. Let's take example. I have opened iTest service and test service. In that case, Copilot only see the open file and make the necessary changes. So if you ask something like, using my existing AI service, create a new endpoint that summarize the text using Azure OpenAI, the Copilot give you a generic answer because it cannot see your architecture, your existing service, your folder structures, or even your project pattern. Now watch what happens when we turn this on and put the prompt here and press enter. That's the difference is huge. With Core Search enabled, Copilot search your entire workspace before answering. Now it understands your layer, your naming convention, your architecture, and your existing implementation patterns. This is the moment where Copilot stop feeling like autocomplete and start feeling like actually know your projects. So if you look into this, Copilot identify the respective file and services like AI search, this particular interface, models and controller, and make the necessary changes in existing files. The next is thinking tool. Without this setting, agent mode jump to straight into generic code immediately, and that is usually wrong for your projects. With this thinking tool enable, Copilot pause first. It study your projects, entire projects, your naming convention, your existing pattern, and then it generates the code that actually fits for your applications. So you can see all these changes. It's basically save you a huge amount of time and generate a proper code. Now let's move to the last setting, which is use instruction file. And this setting is extremely important, especially for the agent mode. This tells Copilot to always read your prompt file before generating the code. Without this enable, sometimes Copilot follow your project rules and sometimes completely ignore them, which lead to inconsistent code generation. With this on, your architecture instructions are applied every single times. And this is exactly why step 8 is matter so much, because the prompt file only work properly when this setting is enabled. So if you look into this my prompt file, this is how I set the goal. This is how I set the workflow where my Copilot first read the idea.md file, then move to the plan, backend, AI integration, and at the deployment. So this is how I put the instructions in every file. This is my idea.md file. This is my plan.md file. This is how you put all the information here, and Copilot will follow your projects, your business rules, and generate the code accordingly. There is other three important settings which really help you in terms of suggestion. So with this setting, when you change one thing, Copilot suggests the other thing you need to change to. This is how you get a more suggestion from Copilot. The another one is test case generation. Whenever you turn this on, the Copilot help you to generate the unit test cases. And at the end, we have commit message instructions. So using this particular setting, GitHub Copilot help you to create a commit message. For this last one, you also need to create a small file. Create a folder .github, and inside this folder, create one file. Inside this file, write one paragraph, something like all commit message must follow the conversation, and use fix, docs, refactor, something like this, and that's it. Copilot read all these instructions and follow it every times and generate the commit message. This is the best practice, and this is the example that we have. Here is the most exciting thing about Visual Studio 2026 for the developers. You can now choose which AI model Copilot uses. Different models are better at different things. It is like having different tool in your toolbox. You can pick the right one for your job. You can select the particular providers like Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, and choose your models. My recommendation would be set Claude Sonnet 4.5 as default, as it is best model for everyday .NET API work. Along with this, if you want to customize some setting for the Copilot, you simply go to Tools, Options, and click on Copilot tab. This is where you can customize your own settings.
If you are enjoying this walkthrough, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more AI tutorials. And I'll see you in the next one.